Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LCK Spring 2025.
Those camps.
Yep. Starting on his blue, as you can see, was easily able to take down the Rift Scuttler as Zeka gets into the river. Seismic shove, we didn't really want to watch because Zeka just gets thrown back into a bunch of rocks and then is taken out. That's Diablo getting the kill as well with a Void Seeker, which is a big deal. They might want to do that. They do have a decent amount of control here towards the top side. The Gwen versus Kaiser is feeling like it's pretty good for the Gwen. As Peanut, as we say it, pops over the wall and is going to be able to take down the grubs.
OTP coming in, they're looking for this.
All right, seeing whether they can collect at least one of these grubs. On a ward is Raptor. That is two grubs picked up by Peanut though. As now the Talia comes in, but HLE able to regroup. BNK, I don't think they're going to be able to get one of these. Kellen's going to move over. Raptor can actually get into position. Chains of Corruption comes down. Great flash from Delight as he does manage to get the quickness up. That is the secure as the Glacial Prison goes completely wide, and BNK now just want to get out of there. Zeka on a flank angle is pretty scary. And BNK are going to lose their piggy because of it. And Clear, he didn't have teleport. And that's why he's not going to be able to join the rest of his team. HLE able to take the fight.
Honestly, I think it's pretty fine for BNK FEARX. The fact they got the grub, the fact they're getting this side lane pressure, we talked about the Jace being behind.
So they're able to get to that level 11. Some defensive positioning here from HLE as Delight on the spot, but that ward has been shut down. Now Zeus just looking to deal with the minion wave. Delight with the quickness, trying to charm them all up underneath this turret as the teleport comes in. Zeus trying to keep himself alive and does so for a long time. Eventually does go down, but now HLE, can you find anyone? As Diablo's in trouble. And, ooh, not quite enough with that spell flux from Zeka. And so Diablo's able to get himself out. Not a lot of summoner spells left, but that is a big win because that's first turret. Peanut gets the inside track. Kellen now, it's his turn to rotate over. Zeka and Delight still here towards the top side, but nothing they can do about this turret as BNK continue to make the right moves around the map. Is this just going to be the day of upsets? As BNK looking real good. I say that, and maybe I need to hold that thought until post-mid game.
You do need to see a little bit more, especially we saw even in Series 1, which Nongshim did find the upset, took a while.
Ooh, really nice moves there from Clear. I don't know whether it's going to be enough, and in fact it's not. But the sidestep with the Ghost Blade movement speed, kind of cute. As BNK going to be trading it for the second dragon of the game, moving closer and closer to a soul point angle, as his Chemtech is going to go down. Next will be an Ocean, a little bit unfortunately.
Not what we hope members going to get value from it. Definitely won't miss it if you are able to pick it up. But I just think it's BNK FEARX are in a good position, but I'm still worried.
Yeah, me too.
Zeus on Gwen, scary prospect.
I think the only thing that's sort of keeping me in it as far as this Gwen is not going to be as much of a problem is the type situation. But ultimately does nothing at all.
Yeah. I think Clear is maybe dead. Nope, Raptor's here to cover him, but it still could be.
Yeah, Zeus is going to throw out some needles towards him. Great Hammer going to move him back, but there is the knock-up. Peanut setting up that Q very, very nicely, and Clear doesn't have a turret to run back to. As now Zeus wants to try and keep Raptor and Kellen away as Peanut and Delight get the work done. As the teleport does come in, oh no, Kellen, I think he might be just cooked. That's a triple knock-up with the Pulverize, and then he just gets turned into mincemeat. Down he goes, chopped up by the Gwen.
The only consolation prize is there's no Atacant up right now for HLE to move over to, but some big kills coming through, and this Gwen's starting to get scarier and scarier.
Oh, Diablo will take a turret shot.
Just have Cleanse, probably gonna have to use it here.
Yeah, the Ghost has been popped here by Viper, as they see that Diablo has gone north.
Oh, he is.
And now he's likely to be just dead. Chains of Corruption will get cleansed, and then his life will also get cleansed.
Sometimes you can just not click your buttons. Yeah. I think there's no scenario in which Diablo gets out. BNK FEARX, down in gold, up in dragons, trying to look for this.
Yeah, there's the knock-up. And another one onto Raptor. Zeus has the time bought for him and does make his way through. Raptor will have to back away. Chains of Corruption goes wide as now Zeka is fighting against Diablo on the back end of the fight. Nice. Now Raptor wanting to regroup with the rest of his team, but there's an angle here for BNK to go for something perhaps. As Zeka finds himself on the wrong side of the wall and will have to flash over. Still, the Drake is going to be denied. HLE will lock down their first of the game. Probably the best of a bad situation here for BNK, though. Being able to get the flash out of Zeka is certainly something.
Yeah, I think the wall to punish Zeka was a good move, given how the fight had gone, but ultimately, this was a fight where HLE had kind of gotten their advantages, you know, poking and prodding down, forcing things like the Alistar ult without fully committing. It's just very difficult for BNK FEARX to react to, and more gold for the Gwen on the back of that turret. I think they should also be able to get this mid-tier 1. Never mind. Yeah.
There's a lot of play. Hey, well, looking like they had a whole bunch of summoner spells at the ready. And so now with that cleanse on cooldown, at least they got something.
That account's calling to them.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's calling to them, Alice.
It's not again. Not again. Not in this series.
Take me. Stop the Adakan.
Look, they're not.
They did.
Apparently,
they were forced away.
You can choose not to.
Really? It's just on hiatus, you know.
Uh-huh.
Victor's resisting the urge right now.
Oh, I could have sworn.
He tried to cue the other direction. He's like, no.
Yeah.
I won't do it.
I refuse. That's all right. We got pings on the top side of the map. Zeka going to be moving up there to try and get this one shoved forward again. And I'm getting nervous one more time. Victor's going to get spotted on this wave. But it is just going to be eradicated. The Latin Peanut move over.
It's queuing up. It's going to happen soon.
Delight. Diablo actually going in. Delight's going out though. So we're not going to see any more aggression. Kellen getting softened up a little bit, but the piercing arrows don't hurt as much with this version of... Okay, never mind. Diablo immediately having to hold as the seismic shove onto Peanut. The Crescent Guard not quite working out there as he is taken down. The quickness doing some work as Diablo just getting cut up by this Gwen, and he will get shut down. Now Zeka fighting against a couple as Vikler and Kellen trying to keep him at bay, but it's Peanut and Viper on the floor, and the Weaver's Wall should be able to lock down Delight as well. BNK finding the team fight despite Diablo going down.
Yeah, managing to get on top of Viper, who, even despite having the flash, ends up going down. So we saw Zeus get a lot of value in the fight, but his team kind of fell apart. Zeka did just get the level up for the Rod of Ages. A lot of low health bars, but still not willing to take this encounter.
Oh, nicely
one
done.
goes down. BNK FEARX able to pick that up, but still showing some fight. So for me, I was coming.
Sometimes it's time to start the Otacon. And it's not now, but it is.
Why not?
Because that's what they're going to do. Well,
so quickly, give me answers. Why not? I need to tell them.
Yeah. Raptor is going to get zoned a little bit here by Zeka, though, so that is just the Voracious Otacon taken. Clean. No worries. It was the right play.
We didn't say why not, and HLE, they got it done, so...
Oh, BNK were like, well, maybe we'll take an inner turret as our response.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. With it being Voracious Otacon, it's not so much about the Otacon itself, as it's what you can get with the buff. So far, a minion wave.
Ooh, Hex Splash. Going to get Kellen amongst it. Zeus in a bit of trouble, or is Diablo? And the answer is Diablo. Never mind, it's a beautiful seismic shove angle, and it doesn't matter at all because Gwen exists, ladies and gentlemen. The needlework is gorgeous. Raptor trying to get out of there, and he will be able to make his way out, but Diablo's now on the floor. And Kellen, that's what we're doing. We're just doing the Baron. Look at how quickly it's going down. This is absolutely ridiculous. Down to 6K already. Raptor trying to get in there, but the grand entrance has to be avoided. Zeka holds him in place, and there it goes. Pepper pulverized there from Kellen. Let's see whether they can find something. Another double seismic shove, and another one that means nothing.
Just great use of the Realm Orb coming out from HLE right now. Dragon's being approached by BNK FEARX, and they likely going to take that as a consolation prize. But we talked about, what are you getting from the Voracious Otacon? I think HLE can be pretty happy with what they managed to get there. Man, just great read in this situation. The Dragon would have been, I'm going to be honest, basically meaningless.
Yep.
A long way away from Soul still. If HLE would get it, it'd be mostly a denial from BNK FEARX. The Baron take, very significant now, pushing down mid. That tower was already low.
Yeah, this one's going to go no matter what they do.
Yeah, goodbye.
So thankfully, BNK aren't going to invest too much in trying to defend that one, but can they keep their inner turret alive is the question, because with this Baron and the Voracious Otacon buff, HLE are so incredibly comfortable. Zeus in between turrets right now. Does go golden as they take down the turret. That's going to be their priority, is now Viper getting engaged on by Diablo. He supercharges into the backline. The knock up a little bit too late, but still, he goes down. Zeka finding a lot of damage, but Kellen not hit by the last Q and will keep himself alive. A lot of withdrawals now coming in for HLE. Otacon withdrawals, man. It's rough. It gives you the shakes.
You know,
it's already completed.
he's very scary.
He is.
The turrets as well. Oh my lord.
Yes, that turret is no longer alive. Because there's a
He
lot
has to
of...
buy Rabadons and other items.
Yeah.
But you know what, Kellen,
stuff.
you saw something your team wasn't doing and you said, that's my job.
Yep.
I will make it happen. Now,
That's called compromise.
this is Ocean Soul. Realm Orb coming in.
All right. Oh! Zeka just
Viper!
gets out of there as now this could be a little bit of an awkward spot. Viper in the pit is a scary one as Peanut just going in. Seismic Shove is decent and Vikla creates some space here as now the charm comes through. Zeka goes golden there as well. And it's Viper starting to pop off in the fight. He's down to 50% health, but I don't know whether he's under any threat. And now Zeka finding damage onto Diablo. The Root Prison is out and down he goes. Oh, never mind. That was actually just the Dragon. Diablo goes in, but he gets knocked up and destroyed. HLE, they leave the cow alive. And
That's game.
BNK cannot win the game.
They could just, surely they had the damage to end, but I'm just flabbergasted by the decision of Viper to take the Realm Warp into the middle of the enemy team. And then I think it just stunned BNK FEARX. You just weren't ready to punish him, because why would you anticipate that? Why would you anticipate the enemy AD carry teleporting right into the middle of your team?
Yeah, there must be a reason. And as it turned out, there wasn't really one. As now Kellen gets grievous wounds onto HLE, and HLE responds by destroying his Nexus. It was definitely a lot closer than a lot of us would have expected, but HLE still going to come out on top. Skana really hasn't had a very good time in recent games. As, yeah, the smorgasbord of champions that Zeka could play here, it is going to be the replay. Yeah.
This is so you know where the gold came from. This is, thank you very much. So you can see the live evidence of the free gold.
Zeka just playing around on the edge and he picks up first blood. How did that even happen? Look at Vikla's face. It's like, what the heck?
I don't think you can blame Skana for what happened there. But,
well, now you might be able to thank Skana for making your lane feel a little bit better. Obviously, Zeka was never going to die.
Zeka just presses W and heals up a lot of the damage that he's done.
Oh. I mean, I'm trying to find the positive.
Wait,
maybe he just dies in a 1v2. Oh my god! He still gets the crash. Vikla has moved over here, and Zeka unable to get on top of the Skana now. He's eaten through the potion. These autos not quite working. He lands the chain, has the Kingslayer, flashes over as the chain lash connects, and he dies. But that was way too close.
I swear, if they had lost that,
he was
able to dodge away from that one.
All right, clear going in. Zeus with the answer immediately. As there's the flash in onto Vikla. Zeka gets on over. The gravity field not going to quite work. And even though Zeka hits the chain onto a minion, it doesn't matter because he closed the gap. And down goes the Victor one more time. Heal comes out from HLE as now Viper is just shooting these arrows into Diablo. The flash after him, and he's got the bailout. He's definitely getting this kill. And now Kellen might be going down as well. Raptor able to do a bit of a drive-by just to keep the Nico alive. But this is...
Zeka just won't even register. It's just like it's by instinct. The Nico comes on the screen and he just grabs Yul. He's like, oh yeah. And then immediately you're like,
we'll move away from one another as the grubs spawn. Peanut throws down the control ward and has absolutely no idea that the Skana was here. Arrow just going to throw him underneath the turret. The Impale comes through, but the hostile takeover is already there. Delight trying to keep himself alive, but it's not going to work out as Viper at least softening them up a whole lot with this volley. And I think
just too many tools in the kit.
Yep. And now 20 CS is the advantage for Zeka. He also got himself a bunch of money. Is now clear his face check, and I don't know about this one. Zeka is already way too strong. Teleports come in from Zeus, and he wants to really kill him. Chain Lash comes on down as Pop Blossom going to get pulled back and still does manage to get a knock-up, but it's not exactly the play we wanted to see. Viper does have the bailout, and BNK just kind of flubbed that one, you could say.
Yeah, oh no.
Oh dear. Clear is dead, ladies and gentlemen, and there is no way for him to get out. That's going to spell the end of the turret. That's going to be some feats of strength going on over to HLE. Some upgraded shoes are going to be the least of BNK's worries, though, because Diablo is just going to get thrown into the wall and murdered.
Yeah, uses a cleanse as well.
Oh dear.
It feels like this game is quickly spiraling out of control. HLE just getting more and more advantages, and you know, I never really saw an avenue for this Clister to play the game, but especially not now.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah.
And BNK FEARX. An avenue to get back to this game, but I guess you have to just play around picks. You know, you burn Viper's flash.
Oh, that's a flash in from Clear. He's going for it, but he will get stunned up again. The dash cannon is done as Zeus. Oh, he was thinking about it. The flash! And he just kills him with a W. Oh, you do not challenge the God of Thunder. on his champion of choice. Is now this could be a pick-off onto Delight, but he actually finds the handshake. The immediate response is just gorgeous, as Zeus doesn't really offer too much help. He gets the bailout, and let's see whether it's actually going to work out here as Peanut goes in, but it's not going to be enough. Kellen likely to go down, and he does. Still a good trade, though, as Diablo still hopping towards the Poppy. 2 on the floor on both sides. Zeka now moving on up, and if you trade evenly, you trade up if you're losing. Oh, never mind. You don't trade evenly. There's the Fate's Call. That's going to pull back Peanut. As we know, it is off in the jungler as Diablo might actually get something done here. Okay, we're flashing, and Peanut is just dead.
I am just so disappointed, not with Peanut at the end, but that the Fate's Call is on.
Comfy. Oh, Kellen, though.
I think Zeus is dead now.
Okay,
now
there it is. Tanglebubs is going to hold him in place. He does have his ulti. Arrow is sailing down as well, and it's going to crash directly into Clear. He gets himself the counter-strike, but unfortunately, it's still going to be the end of the Jax. And Zeus, he's just back to farming.
That was a pretty good counter-strike from HLE. A little bait play coming out, and Kellen trying to find an angle. Things are starting to slip away from them more and more.
A little bit of spiraling perhaps happening, but there is a lot of craziness happening on this map as well. It's not a perfect game, you know? We're not having that conversation. BNK still able to grab 5 kills.
2 full levels.
Can they kill him? That's the question. Pop Blossom is going to at least knock him up. There's the Impale connecting as well. He does manage to get the ulti off, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough to keep him alive. It will be in trade for this Ruinous Archon on the top side of the map, and the Rift Herald is going to be employed just to take this inner turret on the bottom side. That is a lot of extra money going over to BNK FEARX.
I mean, I think it's the right play. I think you have to do something. You're not going to fight them at Archon, but this does not feel nice to give over the Ruinous Archon. When you're already down in experience...
Oh, we're driving. We're driving.
A little bit.
Oh, and he gets another charge. There we go. And that turret's going to go down. So that's 3 turrets. Okay. Getting some money back.
And Peanut's just killing all the flowers. Nico can pretend to be someone else who's higher level.
There we go.
If
okay.
Nico pretends to be Zeka,
that's going to balance it out. Zeka is going to show how strong he is at level 15 by fighting Raptor momentarily, but he gets smashed into the wall. Fate's Call comes out here from Diablo just to keep him CC'd, and Zeka does go golden. Those sticks are getting dangerous as he does find himself an Impale, and he's got the bailout there as well. It will get procced as now Diablo's in trouble. He's taking so much damage, but he will actually keep himself alive. And now Vikla having to deal with Viper, throws down the gravity field, as now Clear will get the flash out from Viper, and BNK, they find the angle.
Yeah, but just clean with it. Kiting like an absolute beast. I was like, yeah, maybe the lethality cluster would have worked better. I take back what I said. He was so clean in that fight.
You're never out of it until you're out of it. You know, you really do need that Nexus to explode to really determine the end of the game. As we're fighting once again, Pop Blossom entirely whipped there by Kellen, as the rest of HLE trying to get over here, but Peanut is just dead. He says, guys, I was here this time. And as it turned out, it didn't matter because Zeka wasn't. Neither
have Ruinous, and then 1 Dragon from Soul.
Oh.
So,
all right, Viper not going to be able to sidestep that one, as Raptor pulls him in, and Diablo just dancing towards him. That's a dead Viper once again. So now a gold lead for BNK FEARX.
Be strong.
And, oh my goodness, this flank angle as well is so scary. Clear will be able to spot him out, but Zeus also spots him. What the heck was that? Okay, Zeus is terrifying. We knew that already. Let's see whether BNK can actually find a team fight that they can win. As there is the ulti that is going to get rid of the Kalista. She's not in the fight. Down goes Kellen. It is the dragon secured by BNK. Viper is free hitting though. And now Vikla gets closed in on by Zeka. The flash over the wall, but the Q connects from Zeus, sorry. He grabs a double as he'd already dealt with Clear in the one
map. If you can kind of put BNK FEARX into a position where they're cautious to leave their base, it can be devastating, but what's good? They're not even in position to defend.
Oh, Arrow is actually going to stop the back. And so now, Raptor is forced to stick around, or at least I think that was Raptor. It's kind of hard when there's a Nico on the map. As Kellen, he was actually there. He's looking for a flank angle as Raptor is now just going to waddle his way over.
Oh, TP's coming in.
Yeah. Can Kellen get this Pop Blossom to work out? He doesn't have flash. It's going to be hard. As now Raptor gets closed in on. There is just impales happening all over the place. A decent Pop Blossom does come on through as Diablo fighting against Zeus. Zeus goes golden, but Clear gets into position. There's the Mikhails onto the cannon, and now Diablo nowhere near. And Clear does not have the counter-strike, so it's a double kill to go over to Viper. And I think HLE have decided to stop with the weird play and decided to just win.
Seems like that's the way. There's a lot of wave clear from Vikla though. And Diablo being there as well is still a threat. We'll see what they can do, but this is a tall task, 2v5.
Yep, the Pierce is actually going to stop that one as Heroic Charge doesn't land. As far as the stun is concerned, another Fate's Call to come on through here as, Zeko's trying to read the flash. Vikla is likely just dead as Viper's flash forward, and he picks up the kill onto Diablo. Kellen respawns, the Nexus turrets are going down, and HLE, oh man, it got a little bit weird in the middle there, but ultimately are able to get the 2-0 over BNK FEARX and will end this round robin after a bit of time. We are just waiting. The minions have all been taken down. I was on a big old spiel. Finally, the Nexus does go down.